Well, hello, and welcome to Learning Labs with Miss Bernard. Oh, but wait a minute. Look, all these materials, it looks like we're going to do an experiment. But if we're going to do an experiment, I have to go get somebody. Who is it? I have to go get dee 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 dee. Wow! Hello, friends. It is Scientist Bernard. Dun, 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 dun. Scientist Bernard is here to do the experiment. So today, friends, we are going to be doing an experiment with water, salt, and oil. We are going to see, what happens when you pour salt into water and what happens when you pour oil into water. So now let's go over our vocabulary words, some words that we are going to say during our experiment. I have dissolve. Everyone say dissolve. Good. Dissolve is when you put something inside something else and it disappears. It goes away. You pour something inside of some water and then you look at the water and you say, where did it go? It dissolved. It disappeared. Everyone say mix. Mix. Mix is when you stir something up and mix it all up. Mix, mix, mix it all up. Everyone say float. Float is when you have water or a liquid and you place something on top of it and it does not go down to the bottom. It stays on top. Just like this. Look, friends. Look, can you see? Is the marker on the bottom? No, it's up here on the top. It's floating. Float. Now, if I put something inside of this water and it fell all the way to the bottom, that is called sink. Everyone say sink. Sink. It's when your object falls down to the bottom. So that's our vocabulary. All right, friends, but first, before we start our experiment, we need to make predictions. Everyone say prediction. Good. A prediction is when you take a guess. So, Miss Bernard is going to make a prediction. I think the salt will sink to the bottom. I think it's a little heavy. Not sure, though. I think it will sink to the bottom. And will it dissolve? I think yes. I think the salt will dissolve. It will disappear. When it goes into the water, I think it will disappear. And I won't be able to see it anymore. So that's my prediction. Now for oil, I think that it will sink to the bottom. And it will dissolve away. After it goes to the bottom, then I won't be able to see it. So those are my predictions. So we're going to do the experiment. And then after that, we come back and see, Miss Bernard, were your predictions correct? Were they right? Or were they not correct? So first, what I need to do is I need to prepare my oil. Now I'm going to pour the oil in my 1/4 cup, measuring cup. But Miss Bernard is an expert in pouring, so here I go. Slowly pour. What's going to happen if I pour really fast? What do you think would happen? Yes, I would make a mess everywhere. So you need to pour slow so that you don't spill it. Slow, like a turtle. All right, I poured. Now I'm going to sit that down and close up the oil. Remember, when you're done pouring something, you always close it up because you could yawn and accidentally drop or spill your liquid. So now we are going to take some salt and pour it into the water. Are you ready? We're going to see what happens. Here we go. What happened? Did the salt stay on top? Let's see. Or is it at the bottom? It's at the bottom. So that means it sunk. All right. So I want you to put a big the letter S. The S says, every letter makes a sound, the S says. So on your paper, I want you to use your writing tool and write down the letter S next to salt. So, a few minutes have gone by since I poured the salt inside, and I can still see it on the bottom. So it did not dissolve. So, what are we going to write? We're going to write no. No. How? N, O, O. N-O spells no. All right. The N says the N says Every letter makes a sound. The N says and the O says or oh. The O says The O says Every letter makes a sound. The O says oh. All right. So the salt sunk. That's why we put a big S. And did it dissolve? No. Next, let's go to our oil. Everyone say oil. I'm using vegetable oil. So now I'm going to take it and remember, should I pour it really fast? No, because I don't want to make a mess. All right, I'm going to pour it slowly into the water and we're going to see what it does. Wow, do you see that? Look, friends. Did the oil sink down to the bottom? Or did it float and stay on top? You're right, it floated on top. Let's lift it up to see if we can see underneath. No, I still see the salt on the bottom, but the oil is floating on top. I still see it. So friends, is it dissolving or disappearing? Can you still see it? Yes. That means it did not dissolve. Here we go. We're going to write down. Next to oil, did it sink? No. Did it float? Yes. Float. What letter makes the sound? Yes, F. The F says, every letter makes a sound. The F says, float, and firefighter, and free. All right, now, did it dissolve? Did the oil dissolve? Did it disappear? One more look. No, it did not dissolve either. So, are we going to write a big D for dissolve? Or are we going to say no? Which one? Shout it out. No, good job. All right, let's write our letter N-O. We know N-O spells no. A N is a straight line up, slant line down, straight line up. And a O, around and around and around we go. That's how you make the letter O. All right, friends, so remember, we did predictions at the beginning. We did predictions, and Miss Bernard said that she thought the salt would sink and it would dissolve. So let's look. Did the salt sink? Yes, it did. And did it dissolve? No. So Miss Bernard's prediction was not right. I thought it would dissolve, but it didn't, and that's okay. I had a prediction that the oil would sink to the bottom and it would dissolve. Did it sink to the bottom? No. The oil floated on top. But again, if your prediction's wrong, that's okay. It's a little deal. It's all right. We're just taking a guess. And would it dissolve? No. It did not dissolve like I thought it would. So I was wrong on the oil, but that's okay. That's why we do experiments, so that you can learn something new, something that you did not know before. Miss Bernard didn't know. But now that I did the experiment, now I know. And learning happened. Okay, friends. So, enjoy your day. Bye-bye.